So about a week ago, we learned that the UFC is looking to sign who, in my opinion, is the best unsigned MMA prospect right now that you have probably never heard of. And this man, he's from Tajikistan, and I believe that the thing is, like, there's like 4 Tajikistani fighters on the UFC roster, and there were no Tajikistani fighters 6 months ago on the roster. So this guy will add another Tajikistani roster fighter to the roster, and also just kind of increase the presence of MMA from Tajikistan to the world. And this man's name is Samander Muradov. Ever since I saw this guy on Road to UFC, I knew that this guy was something else. And I genuinely do believe, without even making his UFC debut yet, without even being signed to the UFC right now, this man potentially could be a future champion. He is 23 years old, and he is dominant. And not only is he dominant over a very high level of competition here. If you look at this guy's record, man, he's won a lot of finishes, but he's also fought some really good guys. Like, he took on this guy that was 10-0 when he was 5-0 called Abdurakam Ali Magomedov, and he would beat that guy by decision. He finished Maxim Shevets, who was 19-3 at the time, and then in the first round, he dominated Gian Sakira, who was 19-4 on the Road to UFC 6 card. He was the bonus fight on that card. I believe he even stepped in on short notice as well. Gian Sakira was meant to fight somebody else, and Muradov was the short notice replacement for that fight. And he come in, man, and he let me know that he is the guy to look out for. And I'm telling you guys, you've probably never heard of this guy. He doesn't seem to be someone that, like, a lot of people in the know, like a lot of people that like to talk about prospects, such as myself, are like talking about all the time. He's not really that guy, but I genuinely believe he is that guy. He is the guy, man. I think he's a guy that's going to be a future champion. If you look at his Instagram post here, this is where you get the good news. I'm going to have to get rid of my face cam there, and we're going to talk about it. So he posted this post here, and what is in this post, what is in the translation of this post is very important. He just said that he's got an interesting offer to fight in a freestyle wrestling match, which he has decided to do. And on top of that as well, because he doesn't know that when he's going to be able to perform in front of the public, as he is waiting for his visa and official contract with the UFC, where there will be an opportunity to bring you together in Moscow. So I believe this fight is in Moscow. I think that's what he means when he's going to bring people together in Moscow. This wrestling match is in Moscow. But what he is saying is the UFC is waiting on Samander Muradov to receive a visa, and then he will receive an official UFC contract from them. And I am telling you guys, as soon as this guy gets his contract, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be talking about it. When he makes his debut, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be talking about it. I mean, this guy's good. This guy's really good. And the key to him potentially being a future champion, as I did say, is his age. He's 23 years old, man. If this guy was 30 years old, I would not be anywhere near as excited as I am right now. If he was 30 years old, I'd say he will be a good signing. I look forward to him being signed, but the key here is he's 23. He's got time to work, man. He might be in the UFC for 5 years before he becomes a champion, you know what I mean? But I do believe at some point in his career, whether or not it's in 3 years, whether or not it's in 6 years, whether or not it's in 10 years, I do believe that Samander Muradov will be a future UFC champion, and it is great news that the UFC is seriously looking at signing this man, because he has fought some really good competition, man, especially in his last 3 fights. 10-0, 19-3, 19-4. I mean, he kind of come out of nowhere, man. Dominated Gian Sakira in that matchup. He's also beat up Maxim Shevets, who was 19-3 at the time. And Maxim Shevets hasn't even fought since then. But it's not just any 19-3 opponent. Look at this guy's wins. He beat Leandro Silva. He beat this guy that was 20-3. He's got good wins. He's got some pretty sketchy wins as well. But he's got good wins. And that's kind of like what matters. And then he took on this guy that was 10-0. Abdurakam Ali Magomedov, who, that's his only loss. He's won since then. He beat a 10-3 opponent before he took on Samander Muradov. He had 2 wins over 4-0 opponents when he was 5-0. He beat a 4-0 guy. Beat another 4-0 guy. Beat a 9-5 guy, 12-5. He's not fighting guys with padded records. He's fighting solid, legit UFC level competition outside of the UFC. And he's getting ready to sign for the UFC. Like, I'm telling you guys, man, this is a future champion that you are looking at right now. He is a wrestler, he is a grappler, but he's a dominant wrestler and grappler. Very exciting style, just unbelievably dominant. And if he's going to be continuing to make improvements, he really could put Tajikistan on the map. You know, he's got this guy here, Faridun Odilov, apparently as his training partner at Evolution Tajikistan, who I put on my video about Tajikistan fighters, that he's one of the best fighters from Tajikistan. So yeah, dude, he's training with some good guys, obviously, and I'm telling you, this is a good fighter. This is a good prospect. This is a guy that UFC should pick up. It sounds like they are. I'm looking forward to it. As always, if you made it this far, please do like the video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it will be about, but I'm actually thinking of making a video. If you made it this far, you maybe get to know what the next video is about. I'm actually thinking about just making a video about Tapology, like as a whole, like how good this website is. Like, this is a good website, man. And a lot of people always ask me when I'm making my videos, what website is this? What website are you using? Well, I'm using Tapology. Fantastic website, man. Really, 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 really good website. I've also got a couple of boxing events pinned at the top, as you guys can see, because I'm looking forward to it, especially this one, because we've got a fighter from New Zealand, Tronika Johnson, fighting for a title. I think she's actually defending her belt. And then Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. I mean, how can you not be excited for that? So, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.